ActivelyAmber, and we are going to do a yin class today, which is, let's turn my music down a little bit, slow, relaxing, really intentional, very slow moves. So usually wear the longer clothes just because you might get cold. She had me turn the fan off, so I might be dying in a minute.
Why you can turn it back on? Well, turn it on.
We're gonna start breathing. So when we start breathing, sometimes we get a little
Hot flash.
you get a little warmth because you get that energy, that energy and fire through the body. So yes. Oh, let me see if. Yeah, I think they can see very. I was like, I'm kind of on the side, but they can see you back there. So I know, right? Just pick a computer screen. So we've got that one, and that one. All right. So today, I like to kind of do a little. I like to do a little bit of a different subject each time. So last time we did like wind release and how to release issues in the body. So this time we're going to kind of still focus on the abdomen area and do a lot of blood flow, increasing blood flow to help out the internal organs in the sacral area, which is, it can be your female organs for like menstruation, reproductive organs, prostate, you know, those kind of things, and even the intestines in there. So today will be about blood flow and decreasing menstrual discomfort for women. So sorry.
That's okay. I figured out a way to do that.
Yes, if you still have those organs, but you also have the intestines still. You still have the, well, you don't have the prostate, but you know, you have all that other stuff. But guys, it's good for you too because you have the prostate and urinary, sometimes bladder. It can help with bladder. So that's where we're going to go today. So find your easy seated. So for me today, I'm on my pillow, as you can tell, just slightly, just so that when I get my legs together, my knees come down. This is always a favorite. If you can't get your knees all the way down, you can put the blocks underneath your knees, or you can put these big old, these I think work better last time for you, to where then you have something to rest your knees on, because you don't want to be like trying to push your legs down while we get into our comfy area, okay? There we go. Okay. Yeah, see, she's got her stuff together there underneath her. So we're just gonna work with our Ujjayi breath today, but we are gonna learn 2 new mudras. So I like to, this is yin with mudra, so I'm trying to add in some different mudras along with the subject of the day. So the first one we're gonna do is going to be the Maha Sacral Mudra, which, excuse me, sorry.
Already started.
Just morning, gotta get everything back up. The Maha Sacral Mudra. So with that, I'm gonna show you my hands. And what we're gonna do is we're going to place the ring finger pads together. Can you do it with me and see? See if you can do it. This one might be a little hard for you. Ring finger pads together, okay? Then you put your little finger and thumbs together. Oh, that is kind of complicated. Okay. So mudras are supposed to be hard. They're not supposed to be easy. So ring finger on the thumbs. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hold this. So if you want, wherever you can hold it at, I'm gonna hold it at heart center. If I try to go down the abdomen, it's not gonna work for me. So I'm gonna try to hold it up here. Holding your Maha Sacral Mudra. It would be nice if you could get down low, but that is an awkward area, so we will just keep it up high for right now. So ring pads are together, then your little fingers come together onto the thumbs. It's a workout. So we really need to hold this for 10 breaths. So we're gonna start with our Ujjayi breaths. We're gonna inhale through the nose deeply and then exhale through the nose deeply, okay? So let's start with that. Close your eyes if you want to while you're breathing. On the inhale, you're just pushing the belly out, relaxing the belly, letting all the air flow. And on the exhale, you push it back up. All right, we've got about 10. So now we're going to release, and we're going to take the pads of our little fingers together, and then now we're going to take our ring finger and our thumbs together. This one's a little bit easier, if you can see that one. Kind of almost makes like this little like, like ice. Like you're
I
looking
see
through.
you.
Okay, so totally it can help like that. So if that helps you to figure out you're looking through the right thing and you have your triangle on your forehead. So beautiful. So again, we'll hold it right here. And now with the pads of our pinkies together and then our ring and our thumb together, we're going to do another 10 breaths, okay? So inhaling and exhaling. And as you're inhaling all that great oxygen into that blood for you. And as you exhale, you're exhaling it, letting it pump around through that body. This is a great mudra for concentration with your abdomen area, increasing that blood flow, helping to decrease menstrual cramps. If you have intestinal spasms in the colon, this helps to release and relax those. Bladder issues, bladder spasms, bladder frequency, urgency. Prostate issues also, this is a great one for it. And it helps with decreasing your fear and just letting go. Could be because you're concentrating so hard on keeping your fingers together that you can do anything if you can keep it in this position. Increasing the blood flow to those vital organs. And you may feel a little warm when it starts doing that. Okay, it's probably about 10. You can release your fingers. Release them, relax them. Typically, you can repeat and you would start over again with the first one, which was, as my fingers start shaking, isn't that crazy? You're like, like, whoa. You, the original was you put the ring fingers together, you put the pinky and the thumbs. That was the harder one to hold, the first one. That's the first one right there. You do that one. And then on the second one, you bring together your pinkies and you bring your ring finger and your thumbs together. Whew, that was crazy. Oh, hey, Terry. So she joined, sorry, with the technical difficulties. Hopefully it's frozen, so hopefully it'll continue. Oh, Lord have mercy. Facebook, internet, that's why I'm having all kinds of issues. So go ahead and let's take a cleansing breath, and then we're gonna take a hydration break because this was our Maha Sacral Mudra that we just did. Beautiful. Take a hydration break. And Terry, I hope you can still hear us and see us. Oh, it's trying to reconnect. No. Cancel. Facebook is not happy with me. It's probably my internet. It goes in and out constantly. It's just a little frustrating, so. But we'll keep moving on. If you guys don't see it live on Facebook, I'll try to post it later, so I apologize. Sorry. All right, so that was the first of our mudras, and hopefully you can feel a little bit of warmth coming through, all through the body, just because you're increasing the blood flow, okay? Not because you're having hot flash. Oh my God. So I want to do a few more poses that will actually correlate with some of the decreasing abdomen spasms, menstrual issues, things like that. So the first pose that I want to do is we're going to kind of do a stretch one out. So if you want to come off of your pillow.
It's a tall pillow.
It is a tall pillow. I gave it to her because she has really long legs, and I thought it would be easier for her knees to go down. But maybe I should trade with her next time and give her the short pillow. Okay, so we're going to do legs out. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do what's called head beyond the knee pose, but we're just gonna do a little modified version of it. So we're not gonna go as deep. We're not gonna be as deep. So we do want to make sure you have your pillow, maybe some blankets. Oh, it's a big blanket. Garrett, do you have your SpongeBob blanket? Let me get my big blanket. Because this one we're gonna lean over and put our head to our knee, but we're gonna improvise. So at home, whatever you have, blankets, pillows, whatever, use it. Garrett, I'll give it to my mom if he doesn't bring out his SpongeBob one.
Garuda. SpongeBob. Give your SpongeBob.
So what we're gonna do, we have both of our legs out right now, right? So what I wanna do is I just wanna bend one leg coming in. So with the bend leg that comes in, you're gonna need something underneath it just because she has really tight hip flexors. Thanks, baby. And so she cannot open up those hips. We're gonna work on that. We've been trying to work on it. We're gonna keep working on it for her, just to help. So, yeah.
Did it quit again?
Yeah, but I've got the other two things going, so hopefully, oh good Lord. Can't continue a live video. Oh gosh, you gotta love Facebook today. Oh. Bing. Okay, so what we wanna do, we'll go live again. And see if it'll let us. Okay. So the next position, like we said, legs are out. Bring one leg in. If you need a prop underneath it, you can. So, oh, let me see the green one. You don't need that, do you? So I'm just gonna put the green one under here just to kind of get it. So if you can get your foot closer to you, if not, it's fine if it's at knee or whatnot, as long as it's in a comfortable-ish position. So we're going to, instead of facing forward, we're gonna kind of turn a little bit to face our leg, okay? This is where you're gonna have to put your pillows or whatever, stack them up on your knee, kind of knee and foot here, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up leaning towards this foot right here. Now, in typical yoga, we're just gonna lean and stretch it out, and you're gonna stretch out the back of the thigh and everything, but we're gonna try to get into a relax and just stay there, okay? So, pillows up. We want to do a cleansing. Inhale up if you can. We're straight, and we don't wanna hunch over, so we wanna stay, and we wanna just hinge, okay? Hinge, hinge, hinge till you can't hinge anymore, and hopefully get your pillows and everything where you want, and then just kind of, that's where you're gonna curl. Wherever you end up is wherever you end up. And so if you need a strap, that's another thing you can use. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me strap her real quick, hold on. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so she's got the strap, and you can have it there if you need it. Just because we're not doing like a power yoga, we're not getting warm, we're just kind of getting into our position. And so as you inhale, you let loose, and just kind of wherever you can. You can rest your head on here, rest your chin, whatever's comfortable. Do you need more pillows or anything, or you good? Okay. And you just breathe in and out through the nose. We're gonna use our Ujjayi breath. And what this does is anytime, position-wise, if you are bent over, kind of not necessarily squishing the abdomen, but you're pushing it together, you're compressing the abdomen. It's helping because we're kind of squishing it, and then we're gonna release in a minute, and all the blood flow will come to that area. So if you have intestinal spasms, if you have menstrual pain, difficulty, this is a good position, just like with your legs out in staff position and your forward fold, it's very good just to help kind of compress and decrease that discomfort. So you just breathe in and out through the nose. I hope we're back on Facebook. I think it says we are. Okay. Sorry you guys, my internet is so cranky. It wouldn't work all day yesterday and started working at midnight. So I was trying to get some stuff done at midnight last night. And you should, even though, I mean, we're not doing a true stretch right now, you should still be able to feel a little bit of a tug in the back of that hamstring, in the back of that thigh, the back of the calf. But you can loosen up so you're not so rigid if you want, and just hold on lightly if you want, and kind of hug your blankets if you want. It's up to you. If I hug, it stretches out my shoulders, so it depends if I want that or not. And just breathe in and out. Hopefully we'll stay in this position for between 1 to 5 minutes. It depends if you're trying to do a shorter practice, you can do like 1 minute or so. 5 minutes is the goal. So for us, to inhale, we're just gonna release our hands from where they're at. And on the inhale, we're just gonna inhale back up slowly. And you should feel like that shift of everything was compressed, now it's open. You can feel all that blood flow coming back from the head down into the abdomen, and just releasing into that. Okay, so then we're gonna move to the other side. So you can easily pick up your good pillows and blankets, bring both legs out, and if you want to, just roll them out for a second if they're a little stiff. We're gonna move to the other side it's technically called head beyond the knee, but we're not going that far. This is more yin, so we wanna make sure on this one, we are doing both sides, okay? So we're gonna bend the other leg. Put your block underneath your knee, if you need it. If you have complete, I'm a little stiff because we haven't done anything this morning. Just woke up and here we are.
Yeah, literally.
So, literally, you can probably still see the lines on my face after staying up late after the internet started working at midnight. So go ahead and get your block underneath. Pillows will be on your knee. Sometimes you can put them right here in between the two. Mom has the nice big pillow, I think. I'm just gonna roll this up a little bit. If you need more,
It's rolling away from me.
Oh.
I don't know why.
If not, I can give you this one too.
Yeah,
Is it okay?
I think it stopped.
Okay.
I just shifted.
So she's using another great thing is the foam rollers. That's also a great thing to use. Besides foam rolling, you can use it as props underneath wherever your body needed at. That's the whole body one. I like to lay on that one. So I'll probably end up doing a video on just foam rolling. That'll be fun one day. So
Yeah.
Mom's up for it. She's my guinea pig. So you've got your pillows here. You've got your strap. I'm just gonna inhale, straightening out my back a little bit. And usually if you wanna bring arms up, but you've got your strap, so don't worry about it. But exhaling, you're just gonna come over and you're leaning towards this foot right here, okay? Grabbing a hold or wherever you feel comfortable. I could probably grab my toes and still be good. Mom's got hers, just don't pull too tight. You go where you're comfortable. Don't compete. We don't compete in yoga. Mom's very competitive and wants to do what everyone else can do. And what we're concentrating on is spreading those ribs apart. Do you feel the stretch in the ribs and that upper back while you're reaching? Do you also want to make sure our shoulders are not bunched up? We want to make sure they're down if we can, away from our ears. So just kind of push your shoulders down a little bit. And we're just going to breathe in and out with our nose in our Ujjayi breath. Setting your face wherever it's comfortable. Just relaxing, compressing. And this side is not my tighter side. So this side, I don't feel a whole lot of stretch coming through my leg like I did on the other side. This side is typically my shoulder issue. So I do feel it more in my shoulder and my back. So I want to make sure my ribs are stretching out, shoulders are down, and I'm resting my head. I'm just breathing in and out through my nose. When I inhale, all that oxygen is coming in, supplying the blood with what it needs. And as I exhale, it helps to pump that blood throughout the whole system, going to every organ. And if there's a certain organ that's bothering you at this time, visualize the blood going into that organ. So if it's menstrual issues or prostate, you're picturing that organ and you see the blood just flowing in and then pumping back out. That's always a good help to kind of, you can feel the energy flow better in that area. I like to close my eyes and just relax completely into it. And sometimes I'll just kind of sway side to side to see which ribs, which shoulders bothering me. And I can kind of see. You can do whatever feels good to you. If you want to stay stiff and just stay right there, that's fine. If you want to move, you can move. It's your practice. You find what you want. Good. And like I said before, we're going to try to hold it, 1 to 5 minutes, just because we want to feel that deep in relaxation, and hopefully your knee over here is able to relax. If it's tense, just let it go. The only thing that would be kind of tense is the holding on to your strap or whatever, That should be the only area that you're really like, okay, I got this. Making sure those ribs are stretching, the shoulder. And we're gonna come out of it on an inhale, so we're gonna release our strap. Inhale, rolling it up. Woo. Move these out of the way. Can you feel the blood flow? When you come up, you can feel that blood flow coming from the head. You can feel it, right? It's coming down. It's going through the whole body. So go ahead and straighten your both legs out, and we're just going to take a couple of cleansing breaths here, just to help that blood flow through the whole body. And you can leave your props there if you want. So we're just going to inhale and exhale. Good. Let's do that one more time. Good. Hopefully you feel all that blood going from the head all the way down the abdomen, even down to the feet. So if you want to wiggle your feet around, kind of move them around. If they were in a stiff position, sometimes they get stagnant and you need the pops, or the bubbles to come out. Go ahead and let's take a hydration break. You can have yours near you, and we will move into a seated angle, which is kind of a seated straddle. I'm gonna make it challenging for Mom today. We did 2 easy weeks for her. We're gonna make it a little more challenging. All right. Mom's like, Okay. So for our next one, the interesting thing is we are going to end up spreading our legs out. Okay? And however far you can go, you don't have to go too far. It's whatever comfortable position you're in, right? So we're going to end up leaning forward. So the goal is if you need something underneath your knees and you can't bend your legs, or I'm sorry, you can't keep them straight, so you need them bent, you can put something underneath, like little blankets, so that it's easier for you. So these might be good, like to roll these up for you, because I know you have tight legs. So like underneath the knee. I'm gonna get Mama all situated and then.
This is the only time she waits on me.
She loves it, that's why she comes every week. And then we're gonna go pillows in front, because the goal is we're gonna come forward, right? This is gonna be our goal. So I'm thinking we could even use a strap if you want to try and get yourself out. So you could strap around both legs.
So this strap is probably long enough.
Yeah, this one's long enough, maybe. Okay. Get myself into position. And so for seated angle posture, like I said, we're working on a lot of the forward bends or abdomen digestive area today. So we want to increase the blood flow. So what we're gonna do with the inhale is we straighten up if we can. And with the exhale, you're gonna start to lean forward, okay? I'm gonna grab my pillows. And like I said, if you need to, bend those knees and put something underneath it if you're still tight. I may have to on my tight side. The other side, not so much, but this one side for me is a little tighter. So you start coming, raise up your pillows, bring them up a little closer if you need to, and you're gonna come a little bit further if you can. Do you need something for your face? That's kind of tall though. Here.
Okay.
Like you don't want that thing. And see what you can do. That's why we have a million props just laying all around. I promise it's not like just messy, but it's just to help. So typically when you do it in regular yoga, you're gonna grab and you're gonna go forward and forward and forward. But today, we're just going to inhale, straighten up a little bit, exhale, coming forward. And it's really interesting how one leg, there's no discomfort at all. But for me, the other one is the one that gives me discomfort, so I do need, something underneath that knee to prop it up so that that hamstring doesn't bother me too much. You can figure out what's comfortable. Is it comfortable like this? Do I want to turn my block the other way and just kind of relax down completely? Whatever is comfortable. You can hug. You can hold on to your straps if you can. Is that comfortable or is it uncomfortable to where you could just hold on to your pillows instead? She's afraid to let go of the straps.
I'm tucking them in.
She's like, if I lose the straps, I'm in trouble.
There we go.
There you go. So it's a little bit easier because she's concentrating a lot on holding that, and she's like, oh, so we'll just relax a little bit. And again, concentrating on how I'm pressing my abdomen together. I'm just pressing forward with that lower back. Shoulders are down so they're not by your ears. So you feel a little bit of stretch in that upper back, shoulders coming around your pillows. And just inhale, exhale with your Ujjayi breath. And this is a modification for your seated angle posture. This is great for bringing your blood flow into that pelvis region. So it helps again with gynecological issues, great for menstruation, great for prostate, pregnancy, bladder, those kind of things. So that's our theme today. So when we inhale, we're thinking about all the pure oxygen that our body needs coming in and supplying the blood with the oxygen the blood needs. And then as you exhale, you feel that blood just pumping out. And you can picture the organ or the area if you're having abdominal issues. If you know you have bladder issues, picture your bladder, just a big circle. Bringing that oxygen in and then pumping that blood back out. If it's menstrual issues, picture your uterus like a cow face kind of. Inhale, bringing that oxygen into that area and just seeing the color just pulse with it. And then as you exhale, flowing the blood out. Same thing with the prostate, kind of a little almond shape. You can see it coming in and then exhale, pulsing out. And as you relax more into the pose, you may notice your feet may actually, instead of being at flexed angle, may start to relax, and that's okay as long as it's good for you, if it feels good. If you want to sway a little bit side to side, you can. And stretch out kind of your side and your lower back. You can. Or if you're just comfortable, stay right there. You can do whatever you want. Our goal is to stay here for about 1 to 5 minutes and just breathe. With the Ujjayi breath, I should hear you breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. This is when we like the noisy breathers, is with the yoga. Just keep breathing. You can even feel a little bit of stretch on my tight side up through my hamstrings into my glute. I don't know about you guys, but hopefully it's a good stretch, good relaxation. Just picture that oxygen flowing in, supplying that blood with what the body needs and pushing it back out. If y'all are ready, we're going to come out of it, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually start to put our hands underneath our knees. And as we inhale, we're going to push our knees up and kind of just rock back a little bit. Getting your knees up. We can move all of our props out of the way because they won't be in the way. Oh, as I throw everything. You can sit however you want for just a second. We're going to take a hydration break. Let those legs, mine in the back here, I still feel a little tightening back here into the glutes. So I'm just going to put it in a really bent position just for a second. And hopefully again, as you exhale, you can feel all that blood flow just kind of rushing to the abdomen area and even the chest a little bit, which is great, just to help increase the blood flow and try to help some of those remedies for some issues. So our last position that we're going to do before Savasana is we're going to do a reclining bound angle. So it's really going to be butterfly position with your leg, and we're going to recline back. So we will need some supplies and stuff. So you may need a pillow behind your head. I don't know, that one's probably going to be high. But yeah, we are going to also have something on our lower back, or actually let's do our upper back. So you may want a block. So I'm thinking this one will be good for your back because you're a little taller and you have more back issues. So make it long ways.
That way?
Like up, like
Ooh,
this
that
way.
way.
And what we're gonna do is you're gonna put it up here. So what I want you to do is you just kind of come forward a little bit on your mat, get into butterfly, and let's figure out first what we need for our legs. What do we need underneath our legs for butterfly? So you want your big blue roller.
Where'd it go?
It's fine. So she likes those underneath. I'm probably gonna go with yoga mats. This is why I have a ton of mats.
Another one. Here's one.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Let me see, this will be good for me. So we're gonna make sure this is under us. So we're gonna make sure our block is ready. And then we can make sure we have a pillow behind us if needed. So I'm gonna move this out of the way, our music out of the way. I'm gonna see if the pillow will be fine. We're gonna see. It may be too much for me. So we're gonna see. So get up here into butterfly, okay? That's the first issue, is getting into butterfly, right? Butterfly, my tighter side, I'm gonna put an extra blanket over here just for that leg. Now, this is gonna help us open our hips, which mom is like, this is gonna help our digestive disorders. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start rolling back. I'm gonna see if this is positioned right. Holding on to your knees, and you're just gonna roll back one vertebrae at a time, okay? Super slow, super slow. See, mine's not even near my back. Super slow. Do you start to feel it back there? Okay. Get on it. It's gonna be on the upper. I want it in between your shoulder blades, in between your breasts. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna open our hearts.
Oh, it's hot.
You're gonna get an adjustment.
I just
Okay.
figured. Wait a minute, I need a shorter one.
You need a shorter one?
Yeah.
I have one of these brown ones too if you need it. Make sure it's a long ways like your spine though. I want to go in the same direction as your spine. So your spine goes this way, your block needs to be the long way.
Okay, still popping.
As I choke myself. Okay. So what this is going to do, okay, hold on. No, I'm gonna choke myself with my necklace. Okay. So the pillow is pretty good back there. So if you need something additional in between like the lower back issue, you can put something up under there if you need to. But the goal is we're trying to open the chest and we're trying to open the hips. And so if you need to, move your block up a little bit higher if you need. Oh, Facebook just died, sorry. So when we open the chest, open up the hips and everything, this is going to help with those digestive and reproductive disorders, okay? Let me see if I can move that all the way. All right, so we're going to try a mudra in this position, which is a great position. So let me sit up so I can show you guys, because you probably can't see at this point. So we're going to try, it's called Garuda Mudra. Do not do this if you have high blood pressure, okay? Because we are increasing the blood flow. So, hold on, I keep stopping live really quick. So, this new mudra, which is the Garuda Mudra, you won't do if you have high blood pressure because we're increasing the blood flow. But what I want you to do with your hands is you need to clasp your thumbs together. And so you're gonna put the right hand on top of the left hand. Thumbs come together, hook them together, there you go. Hook them together. So really it's kind of like a bird flying.
Like that.
Kind of like that. So we're gonna try to do it like this. Thumbs together, right is on the left. We're gonna start on the lower abdomen, really down low below your navel. We're gonna do 10 breaths and then we're gonna bring it up to our navel. So I'm gonna get back into my position. So hands come together, kind of like your little birdie. Right's on top of the left, so I apologize if that's not the correct, if it looks left. Oh. So, correct position. I have my Garuda Mudra, flying with the little bird. So we're gonna put it down here, and you can also, if you have to twist it down a little bit, you can get it on that lower abdomen since we're in an on position. Way down low towards the pubic area. And we're gonna inhale, exhale, okay? For 10 breaths. So let's work on our inhale and exhale. We're focusing on pulling all that blood flow, helping the abdomen. Just breathe. Slow, intentional breaths. And my music turned to a bird, and that's the way our hands are facing, is in a bird position. Like the hawk in the sky. After your 10 breaths here, we're gonna keep our hands in the same mudra. We're just gonna move it up to our navel. Put it on your navel. And just relax into it. 10 more breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting your bird fly. Letting the oxygen circulate through the whole abdomen that you're covering. Listening to our bird fly. Opening our heart to push that blood flow down to the abdomen and help cleanse it. Keep breathing. This is a very powerful pose. Now, as we finish our 10 breaths with our hands in this position, we're gonna actually bring our hands up to our chest or sternum area, and we'll hook our thumbs, making sure that our fingers kind of go towards the shoulders. So now you're gonna hook and put them up here so your fingers are pointed towards your shoulders. And we're gonna do 10 more breaths here because we're going to help increase the oxygen now up in the chest that we've opened up. This mudra can also help, besides the abdomen, it can help with the chest issues, respiratory issues, asthma, those kind of things. Increasing the blood flow, which means we wanna vasodilate. We wanna open up those blood vessels, letting the blood flow through. Pump around to every organ, especially in the core body. All of our important vital organs are in there. Inhale and exhale. As we inhale and exhale, if we have respiratory, abdominal issues that feel clogged, it can clog our mood. It can bring you down. So we want to help open all those areas and open up that mood channel to just relax, go with the flow more, not be so stressed out. Beautiful. If you've done your 10 breaths, we're going to release our mudra. Let our bird come apart and just relax your arms out to the sides. And this is a variation of our corpse pose, which is just a reclined butterfly or bound angle. And I want you to keep your eyes closed, and you're going to breathe in through your nose and out. This is our last variation of our pose today. And so while we're breathing, I want you to think about, since we were doing our bird mudra, which was our Garuda mudra, think about if you lived your life as a big bird of prey, like a hawk or a bald eagle or some kind of large bird that just flies around. You would sail elegantly and lightly through the air. You would see all the landscape far away from a distance. You would be able to see the mountains, which would be your challenges, those peaks that get in your way of flying, your challenges. And what they are, they're not too high, not too low. You need some challenges, but we don't want them so high that you have to dive into the clouds to soar up high. We want to be able to float and soar at an easy pace. You also can see the best way to overcome them. Since you can see them from a distance, they don't look overwhelming. Challenges, you can handle them. You can see the best way to go around them or to go over them if needed. You have clear sight that a bird of prey has, and you can see what is significant and what is unimportant to you. You don't strive to get more or less than you need. You just need what you need to survive. Therefore, you live in contentment and harmony with your surrounding world. So as you take your last few breaths, I want you to think with me. I am inwardly free. I get what is due to me, and I live in harmony with my world. I'm going to say it one more time. I am inwardly free. I get what is due to me, and I live in harmony with my world. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths. Really deep inhale through the nose and exhale. And we're going to start to come out of it, wiggling our fingers and toes. We can roll over onto your side. So the best way is to go ahead and bring your knees together. We're going to roll off of our block that's behind our back. Move it out of the way into a fetal position, which my knees are already going to be on my block, which is fine. I did adjust myself too when I came off my block. It was good. Good pop. We're going to slowly come up to a seated position. Very slowly, Nani. I'm going to bring my pillow back out for my last seated, just to say goodbye to you guys. Just to open my hips. So I pull in my legs, but I want to change my legs up from earlier, so I have to remember which way did they go. And the hips, if I'm on the edge of the pillow, I feel like my hips just kind of, they help my knees go down. the blood all flow back down through the body. So today we talked about different mudras for blood flow, different positions for blood flow. And we did the Maha Sacral Mudra, which was a little bit difficult, but we got it with 2 different variations of the fingers. That one was that was a lot of concentration, which I liked. And then we just did the Garuda Mudra, where we were the bird of prey. And I love how the song with my hawk bird just flew in at that time. It's just this playlist, but I timed it with the universe, so I love it. So these are powerful mudras, help to balance everything, get everything into that core body where you really need it, and to help with digestive, intestinal, menstrual, prostate, bladder issues. So I hope you guys enjoyed the practice today. Again, I'm ActivelyAmber with my mom joining us. Call her Nani. And let's go ahead and do a cleansing inhale up. Hands come together in our Anjali Mudra. This is one of our old favorites. Hands at heart center. The light in me appreciates, loves, and honors the light in all of you. And if you will, bow with me, and we will all say together, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you guys for